Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gordon Frayne. We are back with another video. Today we're jumping in to discuss Aerodrome Finance. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below, hit that subscribe button as well, hit that bell notification icon, and don't forget to grab your completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It's linked below the video down in the description. Go ahead, grab it now, and let's talk about Aerodrome Finance. So we've been covering AERO for a long time on the channel, and AERO has had a pretty painful couple of months in terms of price action over January, February, and March. It's no secret that Bitcoin and most of the market has been pulling back since the middle of January, but Aerodrome specifically has had a pretty painful pullback. We got up as high as around $2.33 here by the middle of December, and we've pulled all the way back down, an 80% drop pretty much to today's prices of just under 50 cents. Could this be a good accumulation area for AERO? Possibly, and that's the case I'm going to make in this video. But as always, guys, this video is not financial advice. Do your own research. Always make sure to look at the technicals as well as the fundamentals of any project in the crypto space to ensure that you understand where you're putting your hard-earned money. What we've been seeing over the past couple of weeks is essentially AERO retesting this level and keeping support around the 50 cents mark. However, in the past couple of days, we've seen it break below this level, and we're currently sitting just around 48.5 cents. That is a key level of support, though, because this level held all the way back here in September of 2024. We got a nice bounce on the 50 cents area before actually making that huge move to the upside. We got all the way up to about $1.25 before some further consolidation, another leg up, and then another bigger move to the upside here as we went through November and December. So that 50 cents level was a very key level of support that unfortunately we've broken below at this moment in time. So where could we be going next? Well, we can see that back over here, we've got another level of support around 39.40 cents, where we had it holding here in that initial run up in Q1 of 2024. Around that March period, we had this 40 cents level hold as a level of support before that bounce higher. And again here in July of 2024, we had a wick all the way down here before a bounce to the upside. So that's the key level I'm looking at as a potential area for this next pullback to come down towards. Again, it's going to depend on what happens with Bitcoin over the next few weeks and whether AERO could continue to come all the way down to retest this level. It's not going to surprise me if we do, because we do have that potential now that we've broken below this key level of support around 50 cents. But I want to look at the big picture in today's video as well, guys, because all hope is not lost for Aerodrome. Technically, it is still the largest decentralized exchange on the Base network. We know the Base network has been growing rapidly over the course of the past 1.5 to 2 years. It's actually less than 2 years old. August of this year will be its second full year in action. But if we jump over to DeFi Llama, we can see a breakdown of all of the information here regarding Base compared to other leading layer 1 blockchains. Again, we know Base is a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum, and it is the fastest growing layer 2 at the moment over the past number of months. We're going to see some data to reflect that in a moment, but technically speaking, Base is currently the 7th largest chain by total value locked in all of DeFi. We've got over $3 billion of TVL on the Base network, and that has grown substantially over the past couple of years. If we double click and zoom in here, we can see Base's growth throughout the course of 2024. By the time we got to Q1, we were all the way up to about $1.5 billion of TVL, a very long period of consolidation here, much like the price action of Bitcoin and Ethereum during 2024, before we saw that next leg up here in Q4 of last year, getting all the way up to almost $4 billion in total value locked. And then we've kind of been retracing and consolidating for the past couple of months here in Q1 of 2025. So this growth is phenomenal. And I think you can see and understand the point here. Aerodrome is the #1 protocol by total value locked in the Base network. So we've got almost $1 billion, about $860 million of total value locked on Aerodrome alone. And I think that is a substantial amount of capital to have locked in the protocol as we approach the second half of this year and move towards what could be a larger move for Bitcoin and alts later in Q3 and Q4. So again, if I jump over to Artemis here, again, just making the point about the base network and its growth, guys, is the fact that we've had the base network being the top network by net flows over the past 3 months. If we look at what's happening here, this is top inflows by chain. We can see the top 20 ranked. We've seen a lot of inflows for Ethereum, Base, Arbitrum, Solana, Berachain, Optimism, etc. And then top outflows, you've also seen a lot of outflows on Ethereum and Arbitrum, not quite as much on Base. And for that reason, if we look at the top net flows here over the past 90 days, Base is the leading network in terms of top net flows. We've had over $6.4 billion of net inflows, and then the total net flow being about 3.1 billion over the past 90 days. Of course, we have other newer competitive EVM compatible chains like Berachain and Sonic having some very good net flows over the past 90 days, as well as Solana being up here. But clearly Base being the leader in terms of net flows over the past 90 days, in my opinion, bodes pretty well for the continued growth of the Base network and the continued growth for Aerodrome once we actually see more capital flowing into the crypto space. Again, just to nail the point home, jumping over to this Dune dashboard, when we look at a breakdown of what's happening in terms of these Base protocol net metrics as well, total addresses going exponential since middle of last year, total value bridged over onto Base going parabolic again in the second and third quarters and into Q4 of last year, and even continued value being bridged over to Base. It is much cheaper, much more efficient than using Ethereum as a layer 1 solution. Total revenue by chain, again, look at this growth in terms of what happened on Base here by the time we got to Q3, Q4 of 2024, and continued growth in terms of daily revenue on the Base network as well. Daily performance, we've got daily transactions, weekly transactions, huge amount of growth here in 2024, a little bit of a drop off over the course of the past few weeks, which we've seen across the entire crypto space. But from an on-chain technical analysis perspective, it's hard to deny the amount of activity, revenue, net flows, and growth that's actually happening on the Base network. And it's looking like it's somewhat akin to Polygon in the last cycle, where you had so much adoption and growth happening on Polygon as a truly scalable layer 2 solution on Ethereum. Base is looking like that competitor and that true layer 2 scaling solution for EVM in this cycle. And I think, again, as I said, all of that serves to benefit AERO over the next number of months. So the last time we did an AERO price prediction, guys, I like to make the price predictions. We had a breakdown for a bear case, base case, and a bull case scenario. The numbers I came out with for the bear case was AERO getting up to $3.80. In my opinion, that's really not too far of a stretch, considering we got up to $2.33 just a couple of months ago here in December of 2024. We do have lots of potential with AERO to continue growing alongside the Base network. And in a bear case scenario, I think just under $4 is really not a big stretch. Next up in a base case, we had $11.66. Again, that would mean AERO getting to about $12.25 billion in total market cap by the time the entire cycle reaches its peak. This base case is based on the fact that we've got potentially a $7 trillion overall total crypto market cap. Again, I can see this being a very possible scenario when you think about the fact that Uniswap in the last cycle got up to about $22 billion in overall market cap at the peak of the 2021 cycle, and that cycle peaked up around 2.9 trillion US dollars. So for AERO to get up to about $12 billion in market cap in an overall market going to 7 trillion, I don't think is completely unfathomable. $11.66 as a base case is really not that too far-fetched in my opinion. The bull case, maybe you can argue it's definitely a little bit of hopium, but bull case with total crypto market cap getting to 9 trillion and AERO getting up to a $22 billion market cap. Again, not completely unfathomable given that Uniswap got up to that level in the last cycle, and this total crypto market cap would be more than 3x what it was in the 2021 cycle when Uniswap got up to these levels. So $21 in a bull case scenario, again, definitely not unfathomable. It would definitely need a little bit of luck and the stars to align, but I think the base case is certainly reasonable, and the bear case getting up to 380 I think is very, very, very possible. So that's it for today's video, guys. Again, Aerodrome, one of the leading dexes on the Base network. There's tons of opportunities for providing liquidity in terms of decentralized finance. If you want to learn more about that, jump over to the UIG, the Underdog Investor Group. Again, I'm helping a whole bunch of clients over here in the community. You can check it out for yourself. I'm going to leave a referral link down in the description of this video. Come on over and check it out. You can check out the Crypto Labs YouTube channel as well, but there's tons of discussion happening here every day around what's happening in DeFi, how you can earn yield and cash flow every single day, every single week with decentralized finance, taking back control of your financial future, becoming your own bank. That's everything we're talking about over here in the community. So hit on the link below, come on over, check it out, and let me know if you have any questions. As always, if you got any value at all today, guys, please drop the video a thumbs up before you jump out the door. It would mean the world. It really helps with the algorithm. Make sure to subscribe, smash that bell notification icon. And again, you've got a completely free copy of my book, The Rise of Bitcoin, waiting for you down below in the description. Grab it now, and we'll catch you in the next one.